Listen, my life is full of peace. I have no time, no, I have no interest in trying to hold animosity, anger. I have no time to plot revenge. If I get screwed, somebody tries to fuck me, you know what I do? I strategize. Like a chess game, right? I mean, there's something that I did in order to make somebody decide to have some sort of animosity or have some sort of resentment towards me, that they felt they had to impose their weight, impose their level of power or authority over me, which they feel will somehow alter or impact my progress. Impact it in a way where they're causing some sort of chink in the armor, where they're somehow causing some sort of rift in my progress of life. Which, you know, of all intents and purposes, yeah, it might have done that. But the best thing about it is that when people throw that kind of that shade at you, they throw that sort of negative low vibration at you, it's pretty obvious. Peoples are creatures of habits. Their patterns of behavior are so predictable, they're detectable. You live long enough and you're going to realize that. You're going to realize that a person's personality will somehow shift. It'll metamorphosize. It'll change like a chameleon depending on their setting, the group of people around them, their motives, their narrative, or their agenda. But ultimately, consistency will always reign supreme, because the consistency will show you a baseline. It'll measure a certain level of, pretty much a level of, here's where we're starting at. We're starting here. Here's you are as a person. Here's how you've been as a person, at least when you met me. And then we're going to start to gauge you, right? We're going to gauge if you change here, change there, how you talk, your tone of voice, your body language, the jokes, the things that you don't joke about, the things that you reserve, whatever it is. And depending on the setting, I can understand that. I can understand if we're in a certain setting, you might not joke around the way that you do with me in private. I get that. We all get that. But it's not how you behave in front of others in that setting. It's how you treat me in front of others in that setting. That right there, my friends, is the key. You start paying attention to that and you start taking mental notes. And when you take mental notes, they're not here to, they're not there to like a checklist. They're not there like, oh, check, yeah, he did this or she did this and now we got it. No. It's about knowing who you're engaging with. It's about knowing who you're investing your time with. It's about knowing who in the world you're going to allow to be in your circle. Who to model yourself after, who to learn from, who will be your mentor, who will be your partner, who will be the person that, you want to walk with and alongside, or the person you want to lead, or the person you want to follow. But ultimately, that determines the decision that you make. And sometimes we're fooled, we're deceived. Sometimes things aren't what they present themselves to be. So, when that happens, you pick yourself up, you assess, you adjust, you adapt, and then you achieve. That's it. So, what I'm doing now is I'm trying to, I'm successfully achieving the process that I've been taking for the last, many months. Because I've seen the shift and the pivot. And in the business world, ladies and gentlemen, emotions are feeble, they're fickle. If you have too much emotions in the business world, it's transparent. People will notice it. It's not a fucking secret. And when these emotions protrude, sometimes people have this impression that aggressiveness and intimidation and standoffishness, and to present yourself with your chest puffed out as you're beating it like a bearded dragon, that right there, that's gonna demand attention and respect. Well, sadly, I've seen killers, I've seen monsters, I've been in prison, I've been in the streets, man. I've seen people that'll put the fear of God in you so fast, you'd quit what you're doing, go to church, and try to reconstruct your life all over again, so you never cross paths with a person like that again. I've never been that guy. I don't have to be that guy. Why? Because I've been around enough people that put the fear of God in me, where I know their walk, I know their talk, I know their MO. And somebody who's changed, who's really done the transformation in their lives, you know who they are. I've done it. I've been there. I've done that. I know what true change looks like. I know what you become after you change. I know the mercy. I know the lack and the very little need that you need to have to impose your will on other people, because people will slowly fall apart. They'll move away when you start making certain moves. It's like the universe, like God. You'll just start getting them out of your path. But when that's not the case, you have to impose your weight and feel that that's going to get you as far as it's going to get you until it gets you no further. And here we are. So I'm making moves, guys. The moves are big. This video is the beginning of that. I'm going to show you how these moves transpire into actual action, and these actions transpire into actual success, and success transpires into actual what? Envisioning a future worth living for. That's my whole premise, guys. Rule number 1, you want to change, envision that future. Number 2, connect. Just a source of hope. Because my intuition, the thing that I can use without my eyes, the ability to see without eyes, allows me to feel, allows me to understand, allows me to grasp that thing that a book can't teach you, that the physical appearance can't be used as a force to persuade. It's the thing that you can trust, because you know there is an army, there is a presence, there is an entity, there is a force, many forces that are guiding you, and you can allow yourself to surrender, which is let go. And buddy, when you let go and let God, the world changes. That's why I know those who mock, ridicule, and don't understand the process that it takes to trust the gut and use your experience guided by intelligence. Boy, or intelligence guided by experience. That's a game changer. And then you intertwine that with the mind, body, and soul. It's a bat out of Fenway Park, my friend. Green Monster, see ya! That's how it is. Stay tuned. There's much more to come.